Hey guys, Christina here, and I'm going to give you a look at how we're storing our homeschool stuff this year. Now, if you followed me for a while, you know that we used to have a homeschool room, which I'll link up top for you to have a look at. But we moved about 5 months ago, and we don't have a homeschool room anymore. Our basement's unfinished, and the plan was to finish it this summer and be ready for the school year with a homeschool room. But we had to redirect some of that money and time into our backyard, and so it's going to be at least a year until it's done and we can move down there. So I went through and I kind of set this up how I wanted it so it's going to work for the next school year. So I'm going to give you a look at it, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas if you have a small space on how to store your homeschool items. So here's an overview. This is our dining room. I'll give you a close-up over there. But this is all the wall space that we have. We use this wall, hi guys, for our science wall, for our science units, and we're going to do that again this year. So there's nothing on this wall right now. Now, I said in a number of videos we use our living room. That's our living room. This is actually our dining room. We do some homeschooling in there. You guys be careful there. But we do most of our work here. So I'll give you a look at what we got. We've got the paper sorter we had before, same thing. Just different paper in different drawers. We've got the caddy here. I really don't like this, so I don't recommend this. The pencils and pencil crayons are always getting mixed up. Just don't recommend that. Put a little hook here on the side to hold our larger rulers. This is more for my fabric and crafts, but it's there. These are our calendar items. This is the Klax, I think is how you say it, from IKEA. It's a 4x4. We just have it sorted that way. So I've got my laminator, hole punch, binding machine, paper cutter all up here. I've got our read alouds for the year, and I'm just sorting these out so I can not put away. I have this little drawer thing here. We've got like paper clips and sticky tack and stamps and glue and tape just there. So they're put away where the little one can't get them. And down here, we've got pens. They were sorted out by like color and stuff, but the kids have moved them. Our dictionaries. These are the kids' budget books. They each have a budget book where they keep track of their money. Then some extra paper, some tracers, and then the cardstock that didn't fit in the like sorter there. Here I just have our math box. We keep all our math stuff in here. This is a clock that my son plays with sometimes, but these pieces tend to go missing, so I keep it here as well. Helps with when they're learning time too, which my daughter will be working on. Have another one of these caddies for pens, scissors, rulers. Again, not the best, but these are our science units, and I'll link the curriculum if you want to see what we're doing this year. And I have the 3 bags right here. Sorry, my husband's cutting the grass. You can hear that. So those are all put together. Everything is in one unit for like the mini books and printables. Everything's there. And then the next one here, I have our major curriculum. So I have the worksheets and the answer books and such for math. I have the second half of my son, grade 3 math here. I have a resource at the book list that we are looking at books from. This is our Story of the World. I have our science put together here, some of the books that we use directly with the science. These ones are some of the health my kids are doing, which I bound and I didn't want to give to them quite yet, so I'm hanging on to that. Some things we're learning to memorize, typing. Those go along with these books, the health books, Story of the World. So this is like kind of my section per se. And then down here, I have one cubby for each of our 4 children who are schooling this year. So I'll start down here. This is my kindergartner. So I have this here just because sometimes the letters, I use letters to practice spelling and such, and the whiteboard. She has her binder here, which has her health, science, social studies, everything in it. This is more just because she likes to be a part of things. And then I have her bin here, which I'll show you their bins closer in a minute. And she's got all of her her stuff in there, her language arts, her math, etc. My son who's in grade 3, similar. He's got his math in here as well. This book didn't fit in there, so it's on top. And he has his social studies here, and then all of his science and health, science in here. Same setup for the older children. And again, I will go through those bins in a minute. And then down here, what I did is I have all of our art stuff and like their writing books and coloring books all in one area. And then here I have our resource books. So they're sorted by topic. These are our science and health, and they should be hopefully somewhat sorted still. And then we have here some English, math, Hindi, and then this is our Canada and Social Studies section. And then over here, these are all of our French books. Our children do learn French. They speak varying degrees of it. They used to go to school in French, and so we have a bunch of books there. And then what I did down here is we have Play-Doh and craft activities. These are accessible for our younger kids when they need them. In here, I just keep all of our extra school supplies, things we don't use that often, like there's white glue in here. Things that we might need, kept right here. This one here, I have more games and stuff. This is things that I used to have up on our wall. I'm just debating whether to put these up this year. My daughter kind of needs them to look at the letters, but I'm not a big fan of clutter on the wall, so we'll see. There's some like how to diagram sentences, some reference stuff. I really like these things. As you can see, that you use the little colored pieces to make the picture. There's different like for poetry and stuff, and flashcards and some games. Just things to keep kids busy or extra resources that we might need. I try to keep it limited to just here. And hang on while I go check on that growling dinosaur over there. All right, sorry about that. So here we have all of our paint supplies in one big bin. I love these little art smock things. We use those a lot. So it's all together. And in here I have organized, like all the paint brushes are together in a bag and all the stamps, just to make it a little easier. We have another bin of just kind of craft stuff here, and then we have a bin of perler beads as well. So those are the activities for the kids. So there's kind of an overview, and I'll give you a quick look at those bins now. So here's a look at their bins, and I'm still getting these set up for the year. I wanted to give you a couple ideas. So we're using the Good and the Beautiful for language arts, and they have these cards, and you divide them into learning, not learning, and mastered. And so we've just been using plastic bags. I've been trying to find like a little file case that's gonna fit in here. Still working on that. And then he's got like his highlighter he needs, his words that he has to do here, and the extra cards. So that's just one idea there, a little caddy. He's got all of his school stuff in here. This, I highly, highly, highly recommend if you have kids doing math in paper form that you get graph paper. This is probably one of the best tips I ever got from a homeschooling mom because it helps keep everything lined up and tidy. So, really recommend those books. I'll give you a look at the next one here. So again, he just has everything in there. I haven't filled anything in here yet. I have the books that go along with the course in here, so the readers and the books he needs to read. His math and everything else, his words. I have to divide these up. Still, I'm putting them there. This is another one. I'm still figuring out, again, the phonics cards, how I want to divide them, looking for a card box. That's an idea. And again, he has his books in here. He's going to need his reader, his math, everything in here. I should show you too, my son here. I'll show you his book. Sorry, it's just on my shelf there. This is another one. These are larger squares. So we're going to try this out and see if that works better for him. If not, we'll go back to the smaller ones. And then here, my daughter, I have her set up on rings. We'll be using the third one as we get started. Her mini books. She has this in there as well, just because I'm trying to keep it out of my son's reach. She'll be using that. And all of her books are there as well. So we have another space in our home. One of the challenges of homeschooling in our dining room is we had to kind of spread things out. So we actually have our books here, as you can see behind me. I'll turn around and give you a better look. Hi, Jacob. And so these are books that are not necessarily part of the curriculum. There are some that they have to choose from. We also have Jacob's books here, Katie's books. I'll give you a closer look. So we have down here board books and like the books we read to kids here. These are some of our like thicker books and stuff, and then we have all of our early readers here. And then the rest are novels. So just kind of here. We have sets here I've tried to keep together. And then these are my books up here. Now, the funny thing is that we actually, I'll show you. We have quite a bit of wall space here. And I was gonna get really tall shelves and decided I didn't want the kids climbing, and at that time we didn't even have enough books to fill up one of these. And so I thought, well, 2 will be more than enough. And then we bought a whole bunch of books. I've never been one to really keep them around, but because we live a little further away now and I wanted the kids just to pick up good books, it's full. And we actually had to go get another shelf from IKEA. And it's still pretty full. It's almost completely full now. But this is where we keep our books and our novels and such. All right, so then we have one more space that we utilized, and that is because of items that we're not currently using, but that we need for a future year or for another time. And so I have a closet where I put them in, so I'll show you that. So I have just this little area on the top shelf here in our closet. Now I had them like stacked this way by subject, and it just didn't work with these wire shelves, and so I lay them down. But they're still divided by subject, and that takes up just that little bit of space. And then we do have some games and such. This year we're going to be using like medieval times and space and the human body. We use some of the math games. Yeah, we've got Lego in there that he wants. And we just keep a few games here, things like Moby, Bananagrams that we use in our homeschool as well, in this cupboard. So there you have it. That is how we homeschool without a homeschool room and don't have the stuff kind of overrun our whole house. Hopefully that's given you some ideas. You know, the biggest tip I have to say, and I say it with everything no matter what it is minimalism. You have to really only keep the things you truly need or the things you use around. Gift away the rest of it, and it will make your life so much simpler, I promise. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments section down below. But otherwise, I hope you're having a great day. Take care.